Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Chassidus in the morning. 15 minutes to change our lives. We'll start by giving tzedakah. And we're going to be focusing on today all the soldiers and all of the yidden in Eretz Yisroel and around the world. And we're going to specifically focus on Noah bat Notz daona. She should be healthy and safe. And all hostages should be healthy and safe. And Israel to do what's right and not fall to the pressure of the political establishment or world opinion, but do what's right for its citizens. And what's Hashem through us doing what's right for us in this learning of Kuntres and working on ourselves, and should help ease it up and make it better for all the decision making, all the yidden and everything like that. Okay, so we're in the discussion of talking about Gvura and Chesed. And ultimately, we're showing that chesed alone is not good. Just like rain, if rain was pure chesed, would just dump down. But the gevura makes it into drops. And this process happens a lot. It's like when you learn something, there's a lot of chesed. When you stop and you think about it and you try to say it over in your own words, that's a gevura. Gevura is holding back. Chesed is pushing forward, giving. Gvura is holding back, is contracting, organizing it, making it accessible. And that's essentially a teacher. Teacher chesed, it gives, teaches the way the teacher knows. The Gvura is holding back and recognizing what's the capabilities of the student and working off of that. That's just some of the examples of chesed and Gvura. And we're going to continue that today. Today we're going to show, get into the depth of this idea. Page 269 on the top. And this is why the five fingers are the five gevuros are called five fingers. Also, we're going to explain. Ultimately, we're going to answer the question. The question is, we were saying that on Yom Kippur there's the hey gevuros, and we said, but how can that be that on Yom Kippur is the hey gevuros? Because l'chayra seemingly on Yom Kippur is a time of Hashem's rachamim, mercy. So how does mercy and gevura, restriction, holding back, severity, work with being kind and compassionate? So we're going to explain that. Maybe today or next class. Like, for example, hayat, the hand. Hine, kedem his chalkusa, the hand, before it changes into five fingers. Hare hakoyach kalul ba. Before it comes into fingers, the power of the hand and all the potential that it has, it's there. And when it splits into five fingers, it changes that, takes that ability and it divides it. Meaning, so to speak, before you have fingers, all that ability is right here. And then as your fingers grow, the abilities go into every finger according to what its need. That every finger will have its specific ability that it needs to be able to achieve. Every type of finger. Yeah. One, like the thumb and the index finger, things like this. Okay, here's what Gemara says in the Gemara in Kuntres. It says the chol chad v'chad the milse avida, every one for its avida. His chalkus zu he bechinas gvuras, and this separation is gvura. So we see here the very positive aspect of gvura, that we're separating every finger, and having all the fingers really make a big difference, as we could simply understand. But hey gevuros elu hey namitis achesed. But what we're seeing here is these gevuros, these five gevuros, are really amitis achesed, the true kindness, true chesed. It's very interesting because essentially what we're saying is we look at it as chesed and gevura, and this is, by the way, this is one of the ideas that talks about that in Toyu was a world of chaos, because every level the chesed was only chesed, the gevura was only gevura, and they didn't come together. And this is sort of the ultimate coming together, that chesed by itself is not chesed. Chesed with gvura is chesed. And gvura by itself is not really gvura. It's not proper gvura. Gvura chesed is real gvura. And they all go together. And this is sort of the balance. If someone's an introvert, he can't just be crazy introverted and never speak to anyone. You have to balance it with being extrovert. And certain extrovert has to have some time being introverted. It's a balance. And life is about a balance. That's what he's saying. The hey gvuras, the five severities are really kindness. But they didn't have fingers. It wouldn't be able to achieve everything that it can achieve. I mean, if you just had the stump with all that energy that it has that's meant to be in the five fingers, without being in the five fingers, it's very limited. And you won't be able to write, you won't be able to use your fingers, you won't be able to walk. That all these things that you can do with your hand are done with the fingers. So the fingers are gevura, but they're very important. And not just they're very important, they express the chesed. Chesed needs gevura to express itself. I want to be kind, so how do I express it? I need to have gevura. I need to understand where I can be kind. Yeah, I'm kind, I just give. I give to whoever it is, whatever it is. Some crazy person wants to come to my building. Yeah, we'll let him in. Someone wants money. Looks like he's on drugs. Yeah, I'll give him. No problem. I'm chesed. I'm ish chesed. It doesn't work. And that's what we're saying here. That the true chesed is with the gevura. The gevura is, hi, you seem like you need some help. What do you need? Looks like you're not going to use that for such good things. Maybe we can do something else that's better. Things like that. So Nimsa comes out. Shehagam shehayad atzma. He close koyach, being even though the hand itself is in general an ability that you can use. You have your hand. Nevertheless, if you don't have the five gvuras, which is these fingers, the chiluk haitzbais lo haya yachol liyos puula v'hashpa mi'akoyach sheyad. The potential the hand has wouldn't be expressed without the fingers. Therefore, these five gevuras, they're the completion of the act of chesed. Like rain. The gevura of the rain is the ultimate expression of chesed. To have rain with pure chesed, it would just dump down. With gevura, it turns it into small drops of rain. And we can think about this in so many aspects of our lives. How do we interact with people? How do we interact with ourselves? How do we do things to ourselves, do things to other people? How do we serve Hashem? In every aspect, this idea expresses itself. And then our homework is to think about it, and where am I being chesedic, and where can I use some gevura together with it? And now we can understand to our question. We said that on Yom Kippur we have the Hey Gevuras. What's this Hey Gevuras on Yom Kippur? Now we can understand what does it mean. Because on Yom Kippur, the Hey Gevuras is called Yeshuos. It's called salvations. Why are they salvations? Because Zeo Gamkein Shekois Shel Bracha Tzarich Liyos Al Hey Etzbais. When you make Kiddush, meant to have with you on your five fingers. Dafka. The fingers surrounded. When we call Sheken even more so, B'Bechinas Atik. And for sure in Atik, which is the level of Kesher we talked about before, it's a very high level, that in there the Hey Gevuras are also there, but there they're united. Atik is a much more, the higher you go, the less separate there is. So in Atik, it's very not separate, it's very connected, very united. And the Chesed and the Gevuras over there is Chesed. Because like it says, there's no gevura in Atik. And therefore, and therefore, that's how gevura is able to sweeten. That's why it's able to be sweet, the gevura that comes down here. Nimtakin el b'shashan, and like it's known that the judgments are only sweetened at their source. Chamayin explains, like it says in regards to the kavana in the blowing of the shofar. Nevertheless, nikra hey gevuras, Nevertheless, still called hey gevuros. Shebahen va'yadan and nimshach shleimus pulas hey chasadim. And like we said before, that the hey gevuros are really bringing out the chasadim, the chesed. In the sauce, everything is chesed, everything is kindness. As it comes out, it becomes gevurdik. But ultimately, the purpose of the gevura is to complete the chesed. Tetischalek hashefa b'chedei shetuchal hiskabel al nivraim. The purpose of it is to be able to take the giving that wants to be given and be done in the right way. You want to give to your child, you want to give to a student. Perfect example of a teacher and a student. The teacher wants to give to the students. They didn't have the gevura to hold back all they want to teach and look and say, what can this student achieve? What can they get? What can I give them that will actually be tangible for them? It's not a kindness for a teacher to show off how much they know and give the student everything. The real kunst, the real chachma, the real wisdom is the teacher to be able to understand where the student is holding and use the gevura to contract it to just get exactly what they need. And that's what we're saying here. And that's what we're saying and we're going to explain it more, that the whole Yom Kippur, that this Yeshua and this gevura it's the Yeshua, the salvation, to take the chesed that you've been working on, that you've been trying to get the bakazan of brachas, and you're trying to work that it should come out in the right way with the gevura. We want the gevura. Let's see, he'll explain this. And through this gevura, all the chesed will go to every single individual, specifically in the way they need it. Because behold, because chesed shenimshach Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippurim, which is drawn down between on Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur and all through the Sesame Tshuva, comes from bechinas hey chasadim to atik, comes from these 5 kindnesses from atik. Shu bechinas hamshachas chesed klali, which is a general drawing down of chesed, the chalas elam to the worlds in general. So that's this general giving of kindness, and it's very broad, very generalized. The hey gevuros the atik, and the 5 gevuros of atik shenimshachim b'ne'ilah, which we're drawing down on the ilah. What are we doing? Hu shemischalek b'chinas chesed l'chol nivra b'frat kama min hachesed yumshal chol echad v'echad. The ne'ilah in Kippur is causing that chesed to be organized so every single person can get according to their individual needs. It's like, let's say, imagine you had like a warehouse sale and you had just tons of clothes everywhere, tons of everything everywhere, and it's a mess. It's everywhere. And everyone can come and just take whatever they want. It's not very efficient. It's not going to work very well. But when you have the gevura and they organize it in size and in style, and for men and for women, and all the details they bring into it, all the gevura they bring into it, they make it a very easy, smooth transition. And so too here. On Rosh Hashanah, we're trying to get as much chesed we can, and the chesed but it's such an abundant amount of chesed. And on Yom Kippur and Ilah, we're working on that chesed should be drawn down in a way that is specifically tailored for us, that works for us, in a way that we can receive it and we can benefit from it. The gam al yidei zeh nimshach hachesam shel sheloi tumshach hashefam v'tispashet yesim midai l'makim she'ein tzarich. And we're also asking, it'll also be given to us in the right amount, not too much, not in the wrong time, and not to a place we don't need. Meaning that the chitzonius, that the external forces, that the wrong places it shouldn't get to. And therefore, when the chesed is drawn down through using the Hegeverse, which is making sure that the chesed goes to the right place and the right amount and the right time, that it gets limited the chesed, automatically, and therefore the external forces, the wrong forces, the klippa and sitra and the things that pull us away from Hashem and disconnect us, won't get it. They won't get their power and their life force. Because specifically when the light is bligvul, is infinite, It's given a lot. And because it's so much, the wrong people can get it, and the wrong the clip and the shach can get it, which affect us in negative ways, and we don't want that to happen. When you have the gevura, it doesn't go down to a place it's not fitting. Yeah, like exactly what we've been explaining. That we have a lot of chesed coming down in those days, and we're asking that the gevura is not that I want so much chas v'shalom. We want all of it, but in a way that it can help me, in a way it can make my life better, in a way that I can serve Hashem better. I can have more parnasa in the right ways. Have the right amount of parnasa, the right amount of health and sustenance and everything that I need. Hashem should give it to me, but in a way that it's tailored towards my needs. This is also the idea of the 5 gevuros. The bechal echad ve'echad lo yisiya yenika sachitzenim me'ashpas hachesed shnimshach elav, that because of all the chesed coming, the gevura is coming to organize it. That shouldn't be too much. And this is the locking, the ending by ne'ilah shehaynu ma shenechtam v'nechlak hashpas hachesed b'frad chol echad ve'echad, and that we're trying to organize that the chesed will come to every single person the way they need it and in the right way. It's like, imagine you getting someone offering you, or you get a chesed and you get a private jet plane. I have nothing to do with it. I don't have any money. And it just doesn't, it's not a case to go, oh, it's a chesed, you got this plane. I got nothing to do with this. It doesn't help me. I want the chesed that helps me. You get a bonus at work, or you get a better job, or you're able to open up, you have this idea to open up a business and you open it up and it works well. All these types of versions that work for us. And that's what we're doing. We're working on the chesed together with that, the gevura. And mitzvah Hashem, by all of us, we'll finish. Yeah, we'll just finish the kitzur. Hey gevuros, the atik mischalek hashefa shenimshach b'malchus. The hey gevuros of atik is organizing that the flow of godliness should come into malchus. Gevuros geshamim, like for example rain. Hey moitzaris mechalek hakel, or like the voice. There's 5 different ways taking that just plain pure voice and organizing it so we have sounds that actually sound like words. Hey, it's bias, the 5 fingers, mechalkim, koyach, hakloli, they separate the general ability of the hand into specific things. And through that, it makes you be able to use your hand properly. Koyach yeshuas, and the cup of salvation, the yasva, al hey, it's bias, that it sits on the 5 fingers, hachaisim, and the ceiling, b'chadei shehashefba yagia lamakam roi. The ceiling of Yom Kippur we're asking that should be organized in a way that the hey gevuros will come and make sure it comes to the right person, the right time, the right amount. And Mitzvah all of us, it's good to know from this coming year, and also that every day we should, when we're davening to Hashem, we're asking that we should get what we need in the right amounts, perfect amount. And Mitzvah we should all have it. We should have an amazing day.